Which statement about solutions is correct? A, all solutions contain more than two substances. B, a solution can only be created from liquids. C, all mixtures are solutions. D, all solutions are mixtures. Students prepare an experiment to determine the difference between a mixture and a solution. Before the experiment starts, one student says, "I think the chicken broth is a solution." This statement is an example of a conclusion, an observation, an inference, or a hypothesis. According to the diagram, what happened to the salts and water? Salt crystals plus water equals solutions. They combined physically to form a special mixture. The salt and water evaporated. The salt and water separated, forming layers, or the salt melted the water. A student dissolves 20 grams of salt in a pan of 200 milliliters of water. The student places the pan on the hot stove. How much salt is left after all the water evaporates? F, there is no salt left because it evaporates with the water. G, 20 grams of salt is left after all the water evaporates. H, 10 grams of salt evaporates, leaving 10 grams in the pan. None of the above. A student makes a drink stirring lemon juice and sugar into a glass of water. Why is this drink considered a solution? A, the lemon juice and sugar changed the taste of the water. B, the water changes color. C, the lemon juice and sugar dissolve in the water. Or D, the student stirs the mixture. Observe the nutritional label of chicken noodle soup. Okay, it has ingredients of onion, chicken, salt, sugar, chicken bouillon, mixed vegetables, pepper, chives, parsley, poultry, seasoning, and egg noodles. Which of the following are dissolved ingredients in the soup? Egg noodles, chicken bouillon, which is like a chicken broth, and mixed vegetables. Salt, egg noodles, and mixed vegetables. Chicken bouillon, salt, and sugar. Or pepper, salt, and sugar. The question was, which of the following are dissolved ingredients in the soup? A beaker contains a mixture of salt, sand, gravel, and iron filings. Which substance is soluble in water? Salt, sand, iron filings, gravel. What causes sugar to dissolve faster in hot water than in cold water? Cold water takes up less space than hot water. Cold water has faster moving particles than hot water. Hot water has faster moving particles than cold water. Or hot water takes up more space than cold water. Which of the following has the greatest effect on the ability of a substance to dissolve in water? Color, volume, buoyancy, solubility. Students are classifying substances. Which of the following substances is a solution? Sand and water, sugar and water, spaghetti and meatballs, or soil and water. The part of the mixture in which other substances are dissolved is called the solute, solvent, variable, mixture. So they're asking which substances are dissolved in, not what is being dissolved. During an experiment class, several students make statements about solutions. Which statement is not true? When sugar dissolves in water, the sugar is evenly distributed throughout the solution. Solutions can be classified as mixtures. Heating the water first causes salt to dissolve quicker. When salt is dissolved in water, parts of the solution taste saltier than others. Students test different substances to determine which are soluble. The ingredients include lemon juice, sand, salt, and sugar. After repeated tests for each substance, the students conclude all of the following have the ability to dissolve except lemon juice, sand, salt, sugar. The diagram below shows a solution, salt water. Which of the following pieces of equipment should be used to separate this mixture? A hot plate, a magnet, a pan balance, a filter. Based on the information in the table, which substance could be sugar? Substance 1 is solid, it's sweet, and it's grainy, and yes, it's soluble. 2, solid, grainy, it's a mineral, and it's not soluble. 3 is solid, white, grainy, and yes, it is soluble. And 4, liquid, sour, colorless, and yes, it's soluble. So the question was, which substances could be sugar? 1 and 2, 2 and 4, 1 and 3, 2 and 3. What is one advantage of using repeated investigations to determine the solubility of lemon juice, sand, salt, and sugar? To decrease the reliability of results, to increase the reliability of results, to organize collection of data, to formulate testable hypothesis. After creating a solution of sugar water, students are instructed to clean their work area and dispose of all materials properly. Which student makes the best choice in disposing of a solution? Student A throws a solution in the trash can. Student B drinks the solution of sugar and water. Student C pours the solution down the drain and rinses the sink. And student D leaves the solution and materials on the table. In science class, students combine materials to create solutions. In one experiment, students add 250 milliliters of hot water to 25 milliliters of sugar and record the time it takes the sugar to dissolve. Then they add 250 milliliters of room temperature water to 25 milliliters of sugar and record the time it takes to dissolve. What is the variable in this experiment? That is what is different. The variable is what is different. The amount of sugar used. Do they use the same amount of sugar? The amount of water used, the temperature of the water, or the time of day the students are performing the experiment. In an investigation, sand and sugar are mixed together in equal parts. The hypothesis is the sand cannot be separated from the sugar. The procedure was pour mixture into a beaker, add water to dissolve the sugar, filter the mixture to remove the sand, evaporate the remaining liquid, observe the remaining substance using a microscope. The observation, the substance observed under the microscope, is sugar. Which conclusion can be made based on the information from the investigation? The hypothesis was proven correct because the sugar was not visible under the microscope. The hypothesis was proven incorrect because the sand and sugar mixture was separated by filtering and evaporation. The hypothesis was proven correct because the sand and sugar mixture could not be separated. Or the hypothesis was proven incorrect because the sugar was dissolved in the water. Students are mixing an unknown solution. The teacher tells them to follow lab safety rules. The following practices should be observed except tasting the solution, wafting the air to smell the solution, mixing the ingredients as directed by the teacher, or wearing protective equipment. Which practice should not be observed?